Do you know the chilling tradition of corpse escorting from Xiangxi? Tonight, we're diving into one of China's darkest and most mysterious rituals. Imagine walking through thick, misty mountains at night, guiding the dead back to their homeland. A job for the brave, the chosen few, the corpse escorts. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why this eerie tradition has captivated generations, and why these rituals blur the line between life and death. Chapter 1. The Mysterious History of Xiangxi. The tradition of corpse escorting in Xiangxi can be traced back to the Qing dynasty. Due to the region's remote location, especially the isolation of villages and mountainous areas, travelers and merchants often passed away far from home. In Chinese culture, there is a deep respect for the idea of fallen leaves return to their roots, and so local shamans, particularly those practicing Maoshan Taoism, pioneered a unique method of transporting the deceased's body back to their hometown for burial. The corpse escorting process in Xiangxi is intricate and filled with mysterious rituals. The entire process requires close cooperation between the corpse escorts and the family of the deceased, with strict attention to time and detail. Before setting off, the escort wraps the body in black cloth and places talismans on it. These talismans, usually drawn by the escort, are meant to protect the body from external evil spirits and disasters. The escort wears special clothing, including a long blue robe and straw sandals, and carries a small gong, a soul-receiving bell, and other ritual tools. These tools are not only used to exorcise evil spirits, but also to warn villagers and passers-by to stay away. The bodies are tied together with straw ropes, with each body spaced about 7 to 8 feet apart to prevent misalignment during transport. The arms of each corpse are bound, and bamboo or wooden poles are inserted under the armpits to keep the bodies upright during transport. Chapter 2. The Corpse Escort, the Guide of the Deceased. According to tradition, the selection of a corpse escort is highly stringent. They must possess strong physical health and immense courage, especially when undertaking light journeys. The escort must trek for long hours, leading the deceased's body across perilous mountain paths. This job requires not only physical stamina, but also the mental fortitude to face any fear or challenges that arise. Before becoming an official apprentice, a corpse escort must undergo rigorous interviews and assessments. Apprentices must be at least 16 years old and at least 170 centimeters tall to ensure they can bear the weight of the body. Most notably, the escort must have ugly appearances based on ancient beliefs. According to local folklore, only those who are unattractive can avoid evil spirits and protect the soul of the deceased. Apprentices must pass 3 difficult tests. The first is a direction identification test, where they must spin several times under the sun and immediately identify 4 directions to test their ability to navigate at night. The second test requires them to have excellent carrying capacity, as some mountain passes are too narrow for the body to be carried by cart, requiring the escort to carry it on their back. The final test involves traveling alone at night to find a leaf placed by the master in a graveyard, which tests the apprentice's bravery. Chapter 3. 3 Escort and 3 Don't Escort. The phrase 3 Escort, 3 Don't Escort is a special rule in Xiangxi's corpse escorting culture. dictating certain regulations that must be followed by the corpse escort. The 3 escort. 1. Escort the dead, not the living. Escorts are only allowed to carry the dead, ensuring the body is transported back to the hometown for burial in the correct location. The technique is never used for living people. 2. Escort the righteous, not the evil. The escort is only responsible for transporting the bodies of those who died of natural causes. They will not handle bodies of those who died from evil, sin, or untimely death. 3. Escort the body, not the blood. Blood here refers to bodies that have suffered excessive blood loss or unclean deaths. Traditionally, bodies that have died violently in war or by accident, especially those with excessive blood, are considered unclean and are not transported. The 3. Don't escort. 1. Don't escort women. In some regions, the bodies of women cannot be transported by the corpse escort due to cultural beliefs about the dignity of women even in death. 2. Don't escort children. The rule also applies to children who died unnaturally or at a very young age, as their souls are believed to be too immature to endure the long journey. 3. Don't escort evil spirits. Evil spirits refer to the bodies of those who died due to dark or impure circumstances. These bodies are believed to bring bad luck to the family or the escort. Chapter 4. The Corpse Resting Inns. The corpse resting inns of Xiangxi are places filled with mystery. These inns are usually hidden in remote mountain areas, known only to the corpse escorts and the families of the deceased. The escorting process typically happens at night, as the body tends to decay during the day. During the journey, the escorts would stop at these inns to let the body rest. The inns are simple in structure, offering only basic facilities for the escort and the body to rest. To prevent the body from decomposing, these inns employ special methods to preserve the body, usually by wrapping it in black cloth and placing a talisman on the head. These talismans are believed to protect the soul of the deceased and prevent it from losing its way. The owners of these inns are typically local villagers who have long-standing relationships with the escorts. The inns are not only places to stay, but are also filled with ritualistic significance. Upon arrival, the escorts would follow specific procedures to ensure the body remains in peace before reaching its final destination. Chapter 5. The Burial Ceremony. Once the corpse escort successfully returns the body to the hometown, the next critical step is the burial ceremony. The burial is not simply about placing the body in a coffin, but it's a process rich in ritual. Every detail must be handled carefully. During this ceremony, the escort plays a key role. They assist the family in completing the burial and perform the final rites for the soul of the deceased. The body is carefully dressed in specific clothes, chosen based on the customs of the time and the status of the deceased. Then, the coffin is gently opened, and the body is placed inside. Family members gather around to offer prayers and blessings. A particularly important part of the ceremony is the soul-sending ritual. The escort helps guide the soul of the deceased out of the body and towards a safe resting place, ensuring that the soul does not remain lost in the world of the living but transitions peacefully to the afterlife. Chapter 6. The Truth Behind Corpse Escorting. As modernization advances, the practice of corpse escorting in Xiangxi has gradually faded, and this ancient profession is no longer popular. However, the spirit represented by this culture still deserves deep reflection. The corpse escort is not just a body mover, but a bridge between the living and the dead. In a way, they were a unique profession in society, bearing the responsibility not only for the deceased, but also providing solace to the living. The culture of corpse escorting in Xiangxi is rooted in a deep reverence for death and respect for the souls of the departed. This culture's existence is not just about solving the problem of body transportation, but also about the local people's unique understanding of death. In Xiangxi, death is not an end, but a new beginning. Perhaps this is why the corpse escorts placed such importance on rituals and traditions, because they believed that only by respecting and understanding death could the soul of the deceased find peace, and the living's heart be liberated. Today, as we look back on these ancient legends and rituals, we can not only feel the mystery they bring, but also see the deeper reflections on life, death, and dignity hidden within them. I'm Kim. Please subscribe, like, and share. And stay with me. You will never face the dark unknown.